The Gen H instructor program is designed specifically for all instructors at Vivo.
So that would be a swimming program, a gym-based program,
Arena, climbing wall, fitness instructors, everyone. So ultimately, this was like a national problem. 6 years in a row, Canada received a failing grade in physical activity for children.
So we wanted to look at like North Central Calgary kids and see, well, is this area of the city, like how are we doing?
What we found out was kind of alarming. 61% of the time, kids were sedentary in recreation programs.
So we decided as an organization that we wanted to sort of flip that percentage of being 61% sedentary in a program. We're going, how do we get kids moving more, being more active when they're coming to a program to be active?
So we developed the 4-in-1 physical literacy program, and the goal of the program was to build kids' confidence and competence and physical literacy in different environments. And then what we found was that kids in that program were being more active. So they had higher physical activity levels. It was actually almost 60% of the time that they were being physically active versus the 60% sedentary in regular programs. When we looked at that, we saw that they were being more active and they had higher motor proficiency levels. We said, okay, like what's happening in this program that it's so much higher, and it really came down to how the instructor was trained.
What we noticed is that across the recreation sector, there's no real standard training.
So we wanted to make everything really consistent, and we just wanted to say, like, you're gonna come to Vivo and no matter what you take, you're gonna have an awesome instructor, because everyone's had this really good and robust Gen H instructor training.
The whole nature of physical literacy is not just about physical, but also about that social, emotional, cognitive well-being as well. So we really wanted to take a holistic approach, helping to meet children's developmental milestones in all areas across their life. A few of the modules that we cover in the training are lesson planning, which is all about building your curriculum with purpose and intention so that every moment is meaningful and impactful with your participants. Another really important module we cover that sets us apart from other trainings is best practices. So that really is about how you're instructing for maximum impact with your participants. So not only the content of what you're teaching, but how you're doing it. To really keep kids as active as possible, but to also help build connections and relationships within your group. It's about that positive experience for participants.
So I would say we've seen a shift in moderate to vigorous activity in our programs. We can really see after the training that our instructors are thinking about it and really doing their best to actually make sure everyone is engaged and they are actually more engaged in our programs.
Our goals have kind of evolved and shifted from the original that were set out, and now as an organization, we've decided to really focus on increasing social connection, spontaneous play, and helping people to reach new heights. Some things that we've started implementing to focus on these new shifts is fostering those important relationships. So instilling in our instructors how they're building relationships with their participants, how they're helping their participants form relationships, making that first point of contact with a mom or a dad or a grandparent, and then fostering more connections amongst our team as well.
A huge impact this training has had is we have brought staff members from all departments together to learn and go for a common goal. In the past, you had aquatics, climbing walls, skating, the gym. They all kind of worked in silos, and to see them come together, share stories, and actually share ideas on how to facilitate and instruct, I think is what is growing us as like a family and a team here.
I've met people that I would never have met if it wasn't for this instructor training. They've been really putting emphasis on, okay, well, at Vivo we're a community and we want to make sure that, we're not just presenting ourselves, in a positive way to our patrons, but we're doing that for our fellow instructors and fellow Vivo employees.
Vivo is more than 4 letters. Vivo is more than just living in Latin. We are a lifestyle. The Generation Healthy is part of what we do every single day, right? And I think that this is something that really just reasserts what we do and the mission that we bring and the drive that we all have as employees, as volunteers, as people of this community organization, why it's so important that we do what we do. It's a very fascinating thing that they're doing this and trying to get everybody on the same level. And I think it's building a real awesome community with all of the staff.
This has been a really awesome kind of experiment to just see what this training can do and what a training at Vivo can look like, and we'll probably have different iterations of it and things are going to change going forward, but it's been really, really positive so far.
I think the impact we're going to make is that kids are going to want to come back more than they ever did before. Our goal is to make sure that when a child leaves a program here, they want to come back because they had so much fun and they were able to make connections. When you don't make a connection to anybody, you kind of get that like, I don't want to go back, I don't want to do that. So the big impact is how do we get people coming in and playing with other kids in the community, whether it be outside in our programs or just in the halls here, where they can feel and we can facilitate social connection everywhere.